Salutations, everyone. I have just gotten back from my trip, or rather, sleeping after my trip, and I've been looking forward to watching the Fury of the Incarnate in-game cinematic. So we are just going to get right into this. This takes place after Rhodocron has left, and this takes place after the events of Avarice. So let's go ahead and see what lies in store ahead for our only two remaining Incarnates, since the third one, the leader, has bailed, and the fourth one died at the raid. So let's go ahead and get this whole thing started. If Moxie will let me, because he's angry that I was gone. Dude. No.
Little green dragon.
Well, this is... What happened here?
I was hunting the aspect of your kind.
Oh.
Your dear mother. But you will have to do.
What?
Oh, my.
What do you want?
I know what your flight is hiding. A fledgling world tree.
That's never good.
Locked away in your emerald dream. And you are going to take me there.
No, he ain't.
I will never betray my kin.
Let me
He is such a monster.
be clear. I will kill every dragon who stands between me and the power in that great tree's heart. You can save them. Just let me in.
Calm yourself, brother.
Oh, there she is.
We are meant to break the Titan's iron grip on this world, not steal their children's future, as they did ours.
I was just offering this whelp a chance to serve our cause and spare his people a gruesome yet delightful massacre.
I love the dynamic between the two already. Without a Rhodocron, they are just falling apart. Oh. Interesting. They really need a Rhodocron.
Brother, remember what we are fighting for.
So be it. I'll find another way into their precious dream.
Emerald Nightmare, let's go.
Then the power that grows within will be ours.
He did say ours, at least.
Thank you.
I ain't doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. Damn. Alright, let's talk about this. Hot diggity damn. I love the dynamic between the two, and it really just, it shows how much the Incarnates needed a Rhodocron to stick around, but Rhodocron's got other plans. Alright, so you've got the son of Marithra, who is the current acting green aspect after Ysera parted ways, although she is back, but she's not doing anything, it looks like. I don't know what's going on with that. But somehow he's landed in the clutches of Farak, the Fire Incarnate, and he is interrogating him, or rather pushing him to bring him to the Emerald Dream so that he can get to the World Tree, the new one, Midrasil, which is being grown in the dream. And it will be a very powerful world tree. I don't think, to my knowledge, I don't think we've ever had a world tree from Azeroth, or rather from the Shadowlands, be born through to the Emerald Dream. So yeah, Farak is trying to do that, and his interrogation methods, as you call them, are relying a little bit too much on aggression and the Shadow Flame, which is clearly eating away at him, and Vironoth is like, that's not our goal here. Our goal isn't to destroy the dragons and Azeroth, it's to reshape them, repurpose them against the Titans, which I really think that's what the direction where the story is headed, that the Incarnates will actually succeed in driving us away from the Titans. Maybe not the way this is all playing out, but through Vironoth's way, probably. But Farak is really losing it from the Shadow Flame he consumed, which makes sense because that made Deathwing go crazy. And Farak just does not like that, and he is ready to go at anyone. He's ready to go at his own sister. It makes sense. I mean, we saw kind of clues that this was going to go that route, even when Erudicron was around, and it seemed like Erudicron was really the only one Farak was willing to, you know, follow. Vironoth and Farak are more on equal footing. But at the very least, he acknowledges that, yeah, alright, our goals are to, you know, break the people of Azeroth away from the Titans' grip, not kill them all. Although I do think that he has his own motives and goals here, and I do think he will do anything to achieve them. He doesn't exactly care for the caringness that Vironoth has, which is very similar to Alexstrasza's caringness, but in a very different manner, which again makes sense because they are friends. And this poor guy, he's just not doing so great. He's doing terribly. Fury of the Incarnate is a very small patch, so I'm very curious to see what the story is. It's been very limited. I do know that there's some stuff going on with the Night Elves and the Forsaken, obviously with their heritage armors. The Night Elves probably has more relevancy to this than the Forsaken's does. The Forsaken seems to be more their own thing, which is also kind of similar to the Orcs in that manner, because the Orcs had nothing to do with the Dragon Isles, and the humans a little bit kind of did with Onyxia, but I guess we'll see. I do think it's kind of interesting that the Alliance storyline is a little bit more grouped up, while the Horde storyline is more about fixing up mistakes and repairing them, and, you know, being more united and being more put together. But that goes really well with what I was just about to talk about. Yeah, the Incarnates are breaking. They're already cracking without Erudicron. And again, that really, I think, puts credence to what I'm thinking, that without Erudicron, Farak and Vironoth split. And I wonder if a similar thing happened in the olden times, just in a very different way, in a different manner. But Farak is willing to do anything to achieve his ends, and Vironoth isn't. Although she also is down, still, it's what she told Alexstrasza, she's down for vengeance. She's down for what they are doing. Even if it means fighting the aspects, or even probably killing them. I think that's the level that Vironoth and Farak are both at the same level with, but I also think that Farak just wants total annihilation, and Vironoth wants more subjugation, probably. You could almost compare these two, honestly, to the mindset of the Titans themselves. Farak even looks a little bit like Sargeras when you think about it. And Sargeras' goal is kind of a combination of these two, of at least his line of thinking of subjugation and destruction. Except it's split down the middle between these two. But I do think that Vironoth is going to change sides, or at the very least help us before she dies, like almost like a redeeming path. And Farak is clearly meant to be a boss. I don't know about the final boss. I do think that he is going to be dealt with within the next raid as we defend the World Tree. I really hope we get to see tons of fanfare in the defense of the World Tree. You know, the Alliance and Horde coming in to defend it. Maybe Vol'jin's Spirit comes back. Maybe Malfurion comes back. Hard to really say. Hard to really know. But that's what I'm guessing at. And whether Farak is the final boss and the next final raid patch is the final raid patch, like completely is hard to say. I would like, as far as like final bosses go, if it's not Farak, Reborn Galakrond, Odin. I feel like Odin's a good representation of the Titans to face and get rid of if that is the goal for this expansion, to finally just make us move away from working for the Titans. Odin is the first one to go. That guy is an asshole. Or Yogg-Saron. And honestly, you could do all three of them in that raid tier. I could see that. I don't know about Galakrond. Galakrond is the one where I'm like, I don't see a point in bringing him back. We've kind of already had him in the story. It would be cool to fight him, but, I mean, probably the realistic way of looking at it is another Deathwing fighting on his back, and I don't know if people want that again. So, I feel like Odin would be way more relevant and way more to do with the story, but Farak would make sense to do as well. And obviously there's, of course, the wild card of Yogg-Saron, who is the one who corrupted Galakrond, and maybe even be the one who is twisting everything, although that seems to be more Xal'atath, so it could be her. But I personally really like the concept and idea of the next expansion. I love having the 3-villain dynamic. That has been great this expansion with the Incarnates. I think that it would be great if it's Ajara, Xal'atath, and Eridikron teaming up for the next expansion and be the main faces of the villains. If that's the route they're going, of just having us see more of the villains and learn their lesson from the jailer, perfect, great, keep doing that. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm really curious to see how Fury of Incarnates plays out. It does seem like there is a rift occurring, at least with these two, and I think it's gonna pay off, you know, Chekhov's gun or whatever. So yeah, I will go ahead and bid you all farewell. I had a good trip. I'm glad to be back home, and I'm gonna play some World of Warcraft. So